He said he needs to re-white balance, but I don't know whether he was talking to us or somebody else. So. I think he was talking to somebody else. Oh, you are talking to me. Okay. We're still a little yellow. Iris up a little bit.
It's open all the way.
He said it's open all the way. There you go. Re-white. Is that better? That's better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. What's your destination, sir?
For the taxi drivers at Myrtle Beach International Airport, instead of hurry up and wait,
Next on your news at 6.
Driving down the economy, how one group's attempt to make money is hurting another. And these are supposed to help the South Carolina economy, so why hasn't there been any progress in offshore wind farms? And a secret project could bring new employment to the part of the PD that needs it most. What we know so far about the possible jobs. Some showers and thunderstorms are moving through parts of the area tonight. I'm Tim McGinnis. Allison's off tonight. Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski's in the First Alert Weather Center with a live look at Doppler 15,000. Ed?
And we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:45 this evening for parts of northern Horry and much of Columbus County. Let's take a look at the radar right now, and here we have that storm located just to the east of Finkley, heading toward Howard and Tabor City right now. Already in Green Sea, we've had two separate reports of pea to marble size hail. Not exactly severe criteria, but still some gusty winds with that storm as well. It's about to move into Columbus County, likely in the next 15 minutes or so. We do have other thunderstorms, not as strong, west of that initial batch, out southeast of Gapway down toward Ketchuptown, extending southward toward Gallivants Ferry. Very heavy rain, lightning, perhaps some gusty winds between 30 and 40 miles per hour. Wouldn't surprise me to see a few of these locations picking up some small hail as well, but not damaging hail. Spread that out. We'll put it into motion for you. These storms are moving pretty quickly to the east at about 30 miles per hour. That big storm will miss Loris as it moves into Columbus County in the next 15 minutes. Other storms back near Aner could clip Loris in the next half hour or so. A few other isolated storms are southwest of that area right now. One just east of Johnsonville and Lake City heading eastward, and another thunderstorm out there near Manning. Those are not severe for right now. Storms are going to move away during the evening hours, and beautiful weather coming up for tomorrow. I'll have the 7-day forecast and an update of the radar later on.
Senator Jim DeMint was on the Grand Strand today sharing his plan to help small businesses grow, and that starts our news on the job front. He said at a press conference today in Myrtle Beach that tax breaks are the answer. DeMint joined the National Federation of Independent Businesses, who say if some tax provisions expire, small business will be hit with a nearly $500 million tax increase in 2013.
I think the good news is South Carolina is doing a lot of the things we need to do to attract businesses from all over the world. But what's happening at the federal level right now is people don't know what's going to happen January 1st, and that makes it hard to grow your business.
DeMint says that growth will help fund better infrastructure like roads and schools. Many cab companies in Myrtle Beach fit into that small business category, and they say a lack of business is putting the brakes on their livelihood. News Channel 15's Lindsay Thies shows us how the city of Myrtle Beach is trying to help.
What's your destination, sir?
for the taxi drivers at Myrtle Beach International Airport, instead of hurry up and wait, it's wait and wait.
It's a lot easier when we can stand outside the cars in warm weather.
Then hurry up. In just a few seconds, a group of visitors hop in and go. But to get that business, drivers have to wait through this line.
3 to 4 hours sometimes we sit out here.
There are 60 cab companies, 182 drivers in Myrtle Beach. One of those waiting today, Vernon Lawrence. He's been driving his cab in Myrtle Beach for 6 years.
a lot slower than it's been. And this year, we've had a few things thrown at us that has taken a lot of work away.
He's talking about a complaint the city of Myrtle Beach started hearing in August.
And that possibly limousine-type vehicles were operating just like taxi cabs.
The biggest issue, Lawrence says, is shuttles waiting in the cab lines like this one, or just scooping rides off the side of the road.
I was going down Ocean Boulevard, and I had an LS from another company was in front of me. 2 people raised their hand. Now that should have been mine.
To settle this turf battle, police and the city attorney have backed a revision to the current law.
And it basically states that when a taxi cab is called by a citizen or a tourist within our city, a taxi cab must show up. A limousine cannot act and operate such as like a taxi cab.
Something drivers like Lawrence hope will keep their cars full and their businesses open.
Once they get these meetings done, hopefully it'll go in the right direction where we can actually start making some money again.
Instead of shutting the door on the drivers as their busy season comes to an end. In Myrtle Beach, Lindsay Thies, News Channel 15.
City Council will take up the issue at their October 23rd meeting. The agency that helps people look for work is cutting jobs. The Department of Employment and Workforce said today it plans to cut more than 130 jobs statewide. The cuts start this month and are expected to be finished by June. It blames the elimination of federal money for emergency and extended benefits programs. The executive director says people receiving benefits from the agency will not be affected by the cuts. Economic officials in Dillon, Marion, and Marlboro counties are working on a project that could bring up to 200 jobs to the area. It's being called Project Toolshed for right now. Economic officials say a company is looking to build a 1 million square foot facility in the I-95 industrial park in Dillon County next to Harbor Freight. Each county is working on tax incentive agreements to lure the company. The 3 counties have the highest unemployment rates in our area.
I hope it works out because I know there are a lot of people out of work, and I would like to see Dillon grow and progress a little bit better.
We expect to learn more about the $70 million investment next month. Wind energy has the potential to create thousands of jobs in South Carolina. A new study shows offshore wind farms could have a huge economic impact, but other states are further along in developing wind energy. News Channel 15's Joel Allen is in Myrtle Beach to tell us why. Joel?
Tim, South Carolina already has a manufacturing plant to build wind turbines, and various different studies have shown that our state has a greater wind resource than most of the other states along the coast. That being said, why aren't we closer to having wind turbines here offshore? Well, people who have looked into this say there are various reasons why. Anyone who's taken a walk on the beach here knows the South Carolina coast is a windy place. A new study from Clemson University Restoration Institute says the construction and maintenance of a 1,000 megawatt wind farm off the coast would create more than 3,800 jobs, nearly $2 billion in wages over 10 years, and more than $600 million in tax revenue. Dr. Paul Gaze of CCU's Center for Marine Studies says South Carolina has nearly the strongest wind resource on the East Coast, with a great opportunity to build an industry around it.
It's valid that there's a significant amount of industry that's already in the state. It's potential to rally around and really build a cluster, economic cluster within the state and the region in general.
Gaze says the Grand Strand has shallow water far into the ocean, making it cheaper to build wind turbines offshore. So if there's such great potential for offshore wind energy, why isn't it being done? A spokesperson for one environmental group blames the state's power companies.
I don't think that the utilities have taken the leadership that they need to take in order for this state to move forward. We have to have the utilities there with us.
Dr. Gaze says the state needs to offer tax breaks and other incentives to encourage wind production, like other states have done.
These early states to get in are often the ones that benefit the most economically. They've got to invest to get that benefit.
Now, in response to the environmentalists, Santee Cooper officials say they are taking the lead in wind production by helping to participate in some of the wind energy studies with Clemson and CCU. Tim?
Thanks, Joel. The Clemson study shows 33 firms in the state already spend all or part of their time on wind energy production. Well, we are still in hurricane season, but South Carolina is also prone to earthquakes. This week is Earthquake Awareness Week in South Carolina. It includes an earthquake drill like this one last year in Carolina Forest. South Carolina experiences 12 small earthquakes a year, and large earthquakes aren't out of the question. In 1887, a magnitude 7.3 earthquake devastated Charleston. You can practice your earthquake drill with thousands from across the state during the Great Southeast Shakeout Earthquake Drill this Thursday at 10:18 a.m. You can register through your website, carolinalive.com. It's been 58 years since Hurricane Hazel made landfall on the South Carolina coast. Hazel was a Category 4 storm with winds of 140 miles per hour as it roared ashore near Little River. 90% of all oceanfront property from Little River to Pawleys Island was destroyed. The only other Category 4 hurricane to hit the Carolina coast was Hurricane Hugo in 1989. Jeannie shared her memory of the storm on News Channel 15's Facebook page. She said, "I was 8 and I remember hiding under the table because I was so scared. I live in Georgetown, and at the time we lived on Kaminsky Street down from International Paper Company. My dad had to stay at work, and I remember the rain running down the street. Thank God we were all just fine." You can share your memories of the storm on News Channel 15's Facebook page. Some Florence voters say there's a problem with the voting districts. Pat Gibson High Moore is running for Florence District 1 School Board. She says some people who live in the same house are voting in different districts when they go to vote early this year. She says this happened in the last 2 school board elections as well. The wrong map was used in 2008 and in 2010 and resulted in about 800 people in the Glendale community not voting in the elections. Moore says she contacted the Florence County Voter Registration Office to no avail.
And I asked to speak with the director. He's too busy. Well, he shouldn't be too busy to speak with the taxpayers, the citizens of Florence. The commissioners, they need to step up to the plate and make sure this gets right.
The Election Commission says people are voting in their right districts for the school board elections. That's according to the map approved by the U.S. Justice Department. You can learn more about the candidates for our area's new 7th Congressional District in a debate that will air right here on News Channel 15. The debate between Republican Tom Rice and Democrat Gloria Tinubu is being hosted by the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce and the Grand Strand Business Alliance. We will air that debate live from 8 until 9 p.m. on Wednesday. And if you want to see the debate in person at Myrtle Beach High School, admission's free. And before the debate, you'll get to hear from James Carville and Mary Matlin starting at 6:30. The debate will preempt the shows The Middle and The Neighbors. They will be recorded and broadcast on Sunday at 5 and at 5:30. 2 of 4 boys arrested for rape in August were arrested again. 19-year-old Tyler Creech and 17-year-old Christopher Ellis were both charged with minor in possession of alcohol Sunday. Ellis was also charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. 2 16-year-old girls say Ellis, Creech, and 2 other teens took turns raping them on August 1st. The girls told police they were all drinking in a home in a Murrells Inlet subdivision when they ended up in a bedroom. They say the assault went on for hours even though they asked the boys to stop.
Next on your news at 6.
Peanut problem's getting worse. The recall's expanding. What you should look out for. And find out if you have unclaimed money with the state. That and more's next on your news at 6.
You're watching Your News on News Channel 15 at 6 with Allison Floyd and Tim McGinnis.
The nationwide salmonella peanut recall is expanding and more people are getting sick. Dozens of people were sickened in 19 states. There have been no reports in South Carolina, but the list of contaminated products is now 10 pages long and contains more than 400 peanut products, including moon pies, ice cream, and raw and roasted peanuts.
I had eaten peanut butter like 3 days in a row, and I just got so sick.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the contamination has been traced to a Sunland factory in New Mexico. It sells products at Walmart, Kroger, Target, and Costco. The FDA warns consumers not to eat any products associated with Sunland. Wouldn't you just love to find out the state treasurer has money that belongs to you, money you didn't even know about? Today in Bucksport, State Treasurer Curtis Loftus held a Palmetto payback event to help people find out if they're one of the lucky ones. Loftus says the money could come from insurance policies, dormant bank accounts, or unclaimed inheritances. To date, the Treasurer's office employees help people find out if any of that money's coming back to them.
They give us their names and we plug them into the system. If we find them and they give us the information, we'll fill out the form right now, so they don't have to do a thing.
Loftus says the amounts recovered could range from $50 up to $400,000. For a link to the website where you can do your own search for unclaimed cash, visit CarolinaLive.com. The Salvation Army is looking for some Christmas elves. It needs volunteers for the holiday season to help sort and bag toys, ring the red bell and red kettles and man the angel tree at Coastal Grand Mall. Next Tuesday at the Landmark Resort in Myrtle Beach. The meeting starts at 10 a.m. and is expected to last about an hour. For more information, call 488-2769. We have a programming note. Our sister station, WWMB, the CW network, is going to be down until at least tomorrow morning. But until then, you can find CW programming on our 15.2 channel. Our engineers hope to have the problem corrected by tomorrow.
Next on Your News at 6.
All right, we're still tracking a few thunderstorms out there. Once they move away this evening, beautiful weather for the next couple of days. Your 7-day forecast is next.
Your First Alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski.
Welcome back, everyone. We're still tracking some thunderstorms out there, but at this point in time, they look like they're below severe limits. Let's take a closer look here with live Doppler 15,000. We'll zoom into northern parts of Horry County. The one storm that has been dropping some pea-sized hail over northern parts of Horry County, especially in Green Sea and over toward Tabor City, is now into Columbus County, moving away. Meanwhile, the storms west of there are not severe, but they are producing lightning and some pretty heavy rainfall as well. And there are some more showers and storms, very light at this point in time near Lake City and Scranton. These extend southwest as well, west of Kings Tree. They will move through Williamsburg County with obviously some lightning, but I think the threat for severe weather when it comes to large hail and damaging winds is over with once those storms move out of northern Horry County here in the next half hour or so. We'll keep you posted if we see any more warnings issued. Temperatures right now, for the most part, are in the low to mid 70s across the Carolinas, although it is down to 64 in Asheville and 55 in Boone, and that's because they're at such a high elevation. What you'll notice more than anything else as we head through tonight is the much drier air that will move in. Our dew points are in the upper 60s and low 70s here, so it actually feels a bit sticky out there. But notice the temperatures fall off into the 30s and 40s. These are the dew points, so that means much drier air is going to move in behind this front as we head through the overnight hours. And tomorrow will be completely different than what we had today. It'll be refreshing with lots of sunshine. Refreshing meaning, of course, low humidity and a nice breeze. Here's our forecast for the rest of the night. A few evening showers and storms. Just about all of them staying below severe limits, clearing and cooler later on tonight. The lows in the upper 40s inland. We'll be in the low 50s down by the beaches. Futurecast tomorrow morning. The front is off the coast. A beautiful day, lots of sunshine, cooler, less humid, a refreshing breeze. Even Wednesday looks to be very nice with mostly sunny skies, just some mid and high level clouds around. On Thursday, the next front approaches. It'll give us some clouds to make it partly sunny. It will be warmer. No rain on Thursday. Thursday night and early on Friday, there could be a shower or two with the next front moving in. That front will then move off the coast during the day on Friday, and that will set us up for a very nice weekend with lots of sunshine and highs in the 70s. Here are the temperature trends and the chances of rain as we head through the next 5 days. Low 70s Tuesday, mid 70s Wednesday, near 80 on Thursday and Friday out ahead of the front. Small chance of showers on Friday and then back into the mid 70s with low humidity as we head through Saturday and Sunday. In the tropics, on this anniversary of Hurricane Hazel, we do have a tropical storm out there. It's Rafael on the verge of becoming a hurricane, but it's moving northward, and that strong cold front that's racing off the coast here tonight will turn the system to the northeast, so no threats in the tropics for us at all. Here's your forecast in the morning. Sunny and cool with a refreshing breeze. The temperatures in the low to mid 50s at 8 a.m. Here's the forecast for the afternoon. We're expecting plenty of sunshine, nice and comfortable with a low humidity. The high temperatures in the low 70s. Across the PD and on the border belt, lots of sunshine, very comfortable here as well. Highs around 70 on the border belt to low 70s across the PD. Your Grand Strand 7-day forecast, more clouds around on Wednesday, but still mostly sunny, the high near 74. Up in the upper 70s to around 80 Thursday, Friday. Just a small chance for some showers with the actual front on Friday. Weekend looks spectacular with lots of sunshine and highs in the mid 70s, overnight lows in the mid 50s. Inland, we're expecting temperatures to warm into the mid 70s on Wednesday with mostly sunny skies. Low 80s on Thursday, upper 70s with a chance for some showers on Friday. But a gorgeous weekend Saturday, Sunday. Highs will be in the mid to upper 70s with overnight lows right around 50 degrees. So officially a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for northern Horry County until 6:45. I suspect that will either run out or be canceled very soon given the current radar trends.
All right. Thanks, Ed. Next in sports, Rich Krampanis tells us where Clemson stacks up in the ACC preseason poll. Plus, Coastal Carolina is on the practice court. We'll get our first look at the new look Chanticleers when we return.
Mike check Boston 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Coastal Carolina enters a new basketball era in a new arena, the HTC Center.
Your sports with Sports Director Rich Frantanis.
With college basketball practice in full swing, the preseason polls continue. The ACC finds North Carolina State as the favorite, with Clemson in the number 8 spot. Ed Piotrowski excited about his Wolfpack. This is the first time the coaches have voted in a preseason poll. The media will release its preseason poll on Wednesday. Clemson needs to replace its top 2 scorers and 4 players from last year's rotation. Brad Brownell's team is coming off a 16-win campaign last year. Tigers open the season on November 12th against Presbyterian. They come to the beach to face Coastal Carolina on December 19th. The regular season begins next month. Preseason workouts underway at Coastal Carolina with a new place to play and half the roster filled with new faces, including 7 freshmen. News Channel 15's Mark Haggard has more on the Chanticleers.
Coastal Carolina enters a new basketball era in a new arena, the HTC Center.
We got a chance to build a team post-Kimball era, so that's the kind of the way that I'm looking at it.
Half of the Chants' 14-man roster is made up of freshmen. CCU assistant coach Mamadou Njai snagged some foreign talent in the offseason, including freshman Michelle Inaga, a 6'5" forward from Cameroon.
I'm just so excited. You're going to see me. Y'all going to see me play. I'll be good. That'll be great.
The strength of the Chants will be their backcourt. Seniors Kier Greenwood and leading scorer Anthony Raffa are preseason All-Big South Conference selections. Raffa says the key to success this season will be how quickly the newcomers develop after losing their entire front court, including Sam McLaurin from a year ago.
Losing Sam was big, but I think these new guys, here right now, they can make an impact this year.
WPDE All-Hoops owner Trevon James is an incoming freshman swingman who will also battle for playing time. Big advantage for CCU over the next 3 years, the entire Big South tournament will be played at the HTC Center.
You're just going to see some great basketball the entire year. You talk about the Big South tournament. You got Clemson coming in here. Akron's a top 50 program. Just a conference play. You got a lot of great Division I basketball in a beautiful setting. I mean, my gosh, it doesn't get much nicer than this.
CCU opens their season in the HTC Center November 9th against Akron. Mark Haggard, News Channel 15 Sports.
That new arena looks nice, and I already got the roster out. I got to start practicing. We have 2 players from Senegal, 1 from Cameroon, 1 from Montenegro.
Wow.
Good luck.
And I'm already practicing their names.
Get the pronouncers out. There you go. I can't get John Smith correct half the time. Good luck with that.
How about the storms that are out there? Can you get those?
There are some storms out there. They'll be leaving us here very shortly, which is certainly good news. Nothing severe. Tomorrow should be a beautiful day with lots of sunshine, nice and comfortable. Highs tomorrow in the low 70s. And earlier today, we had some guests here at WPDE News Channel 15. Actually a group of juniors and seniors from Myrtle Beach and Carolina Forest High Schools. Wanted to say hello to them. Darren Stack and several other folks here at News Channel 15 gave them the grand tour. Hope they had a lot of fun. We'll watch those storms on radar, but for now, nothing severe.
Sounds good. We'll see you back here tonight at 7. Don't forget to visit your website, carolinalive.com.
Well, we've got a cold front that is moving through the Carolinas. It'll take it. Nice job, Ed. Oh, we've got a cold front moving through the Carolinas. It's going to move off the coast as we head through later on this evening, taking with it all the showers and storms. Then much drier and cooler air is going to move in. Tomorrow will be a spectacular day. I'll have the numbers for you and the 7-day forecast tonight at 11. We'll see you then.